right, thanks everybody for coming here this morning. We had a big announcement. Are you able to hear me? You're not able to hear me? I thought. You speak up. We had a big announcement yesterday from our community's foremost leader in educating kids. Educating kids is what we're here to talk about today. And with that, I'd like to introduce the mayor of the great city of Columbus, Michael Coleman.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's good to see all of you here this morning. I want to begin today to talk about my good friend, a great champion of children and education for our community, and that's Jean Harris. Jean was educated in the Columbus City Schools. She, right here in Columbus, grown up in Columbus, a teacher, a principal, an administrator, and frankly, one of the best superintendents in the history of this district. Someone we can all be proud of, and I'm proud of her, and I support her. When Jean took over as superintendent of Columbus City Schools in 2001, Andy Genther was part of the committee that selected her. Andy made a wise choice. She inherited a district in academic emergency. In the years since, test scores and graduation rates have improved. Just this year, Dr. Harris was named the Ohio Superintendent of the Year by the Buckeye Association of School Administrators. Jean announced yesterday that she's going to retire. It's a well-deserved retirement because she's worked hard. And I look forward to working with her over the course of this next school year and also after she retires. Her role of superintendent in an urban school district is frankly one of the most difficult jobs in America. But I'm here to tell you that Jean Harris left the Columbus City Schools far better than she found it, and she will leave enormous shoes to fill. You know, since I've been mayor, I've focused on the well-being of our young people, and we've had that as a primary focus of this administration. I've always believed that education doesn't end when the school bell rings. It continues after kids are let out of school. That's why we created and had the Capital, and still have, the Capital City Kids programs, the after-school effort. And we've made thousands of kids better, stronger, and taken them out of harm's way in neighborhoods all over the city of Columbus. We started this program called APPS. And APPS have brought young people off the streets and into recreation centers. It has interrupted gang and criminal activity and deterred young people from getting involved in drugs, crime, and violence. We started our Youth First program that's already worked to give grants to youth leagues all over, sports leagues all over the city. And hundreds of young people have participated in our City Readers program. And of course, every summer, we engage summer youth. And this past summer, almost 2,000 young people in our city had employment opportunities and summer internships during the summer. We've invested millions of dollars in sidewalks and safety signals and crosswalks and other infrastructure improvements to help kids get to school safely and then home once again. And while these efforts are important, much more needs my attention, and much more needs to be focused on putting our kids first in Columbus. See, Dr. Harris has reached out to me over the years that she has been superintendent, and over the years I've served as mayor, and I've reached out to her. And we've had conversations and dialogues and advice going both ways between us. since she first assumed her role as superintendent. She's assisted and advised me, and I've assisted and advised her over time. We've assisted, we've advised, and we've acted on behalf of our young people. But as an extension of our past endeavors, Dr. Harris has asked me to do more to help put our kids first and to make sure they're educated and prepared and ready to carry on the next generation of leadership in this community. So today, I answered that call. And today, I put a stake in the ground to begin to address the issues facing education of kids in Columbus. Because every child in this city deserves the opportunity for a quality education and a chance to succeed. If our kids fail to receive this opportunity, we cannot expect Columbus to continue to compete as we have. The children of today are our educators, our entrepreneurs, our civic leaders, and public officials of tomorrow. And you all know, this is our bicentennial year. You hear me say it about 3 or 4 times a week. And I'm going to say it all the way through December 31. And Columbus is on the verge of a renaissance. We really are. We're now recognized around the whole country as a brain magnet city, not a brain drain city anymore. We're now known as a city where people can stay and start a career and raise a family. We're now known as a city where people enjoy a very high quality of life, a strong downtown, great restaurants, great entertainment, wonderful parks, and city attractions, and frankly, the best neighborhoods in the country. The city of Columbus is fiscally sound, recognized as among the best managed cities of our size in the entire nation. We are now known as a green city, taking on a multifaceted approach to protect our environment and leaving a sustainable city for our children. We know about this recession. It's been the longest and deepest recession since the Depression. And we have emerged from this deep recession much stronger than we went in. In fact, we are considered now the best city for jobs in Ohio. We are considered the best city for jobs in the Midwest, and one of the best cities for jobs in the entire nation. But even as we celebrate these successes, we know our public schools, while improved, are not where they need to be. When our kids graduate from high school, they should be prepared to do one of 3 things: go to college, take a job, or go to the military. But too many are still ill-prepared for any of the above. To be the city we all envision, we must make educating our kids the #1 priority of the city of Columbus. And I will help lead this effort to improve Columbus City Schools. But in leading this effort, I have no intention of assuming control of the district. But more than anything, I believe we must aspire to be the very best we can be. Our goal should be that the Columbus City Schools become among the best urban school districts in the entire country. Not overnight, but over time. So we must aspire. But aspiration must be met with preparation, participation, and transformation. Preparation through understanding where our district stands today and reaching out across the country to determine what works best elsewhere will work here as well. That's preparation. Participation. The task of guiding our schools toward this goal, this great goal, cannot be mine alone. While it is my obligation to lead this effort, it is everyone's responsibility to put our kids first. Everyone. Our entire community must step up. Our entire community must play a role. We must strive for community-wide participation because educating our kids is everyone's responsibility. Everyone in the city of Columbus. It should be our collective community #1 priority. We should all participate in our improvement. I've had initial conversations with those in the private sector and the business community, asking them to give us their talent and their resources because I think it is that important. This is essential. They too must step up, and many have already agreed. I am asking our churches, our civic associations, our civic groups, our nonprofits, our neighborhood groups to all step up in the city of Columbus. I will be asking our parents to step up, get involved in their kids and in their lives in an unprecedented way. And I will be working with the school board, the superintendent, city council, and residents, but also national experts. None of us can do alone better what all of us can do together. That's participation. And finally, transformation. In order to achieve, we must be willing to change. We must be willing to get better. And we must do whatever it is necessary to do so. Not fear it, but embrace it and develop a community and a community will to get better. And that's transformation. Our aspirations must be met with the reality of our challenges. The challenges of an urban school district and urban education run deeper than any of the other issues we address as a city. Too many kids are hungry. Too many kids lack a nurturing family environment. And too many kids have learning disabilities. Due in part to these issues, some parents, and I say in part to these issues, some parents have taken their kids out of Columbus City schools, leading to a 19% decrease since 2004. But while the number of kids has fallen, the percentage of kids with academic challenges has risen. And during the past decade, Columbus City Schools has seen an increase in kids with special needs, kids living with one parent, kids for whom English is their second language, and kids living in poverty. In fact, 82% of Columbus City Schools' children are economically disadvantaged. These are all factors far beyond the control of the school district. And yet they have profound impacts on the standards by which we judge the school district. This is the reality we face, but we must meet these challenges head on. Our goal as a community should be nothing less than, in time, building among the best urban school districts in the nation and take every step necessary toward that goal. And as I stand here today, I don't have all the answers. And frankly, I don't have all the questions. But in the coming months and weeks, I will reach out to education experts, both locally and nationally, to guide us. We will also reach out to the community to engage them in a high way, to get their input so that we can determine what we can do and how we should do it and give every child a chance to succeed. We will achieve our goal through reform, investment, and innovation. Our path may seem difficult, but we must be determined, and our pace must deliver it. Educating kids is everyone's responsibility. So let's get to work. And I have one of our partners, Andy Ginther, who has served much of his public life on the Columbus School Board himself, now president of City Council, that we'd love to hear from now. President Andy Ginther.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for your leadership on the many challenges facing this great city and the great opportunities for us to shape our future collectively. First and foremost, I want to express my sincere thanks to Dr. Jean Harris for her service to the Columbus City School District and to this community. I'd also like to thank her family, her husband Stanley, her son Wade, her parents, the rest of her family, for sharing her with us and supporting her in quite arguably one of the toughest jobs in Central Ohio. Dr. Harris has made a dynamic impact on thousands of children's lives throughout her career. She has made significant contributions to moving the school district forward. I am proud of her contributions and her success. But she's also a role model in this community, not just as the superintendent and experienced, accomplished educator, but as a daughter, sister, wife, mother, and grandmother. I'm honored to call her my friend, and I look forward to working with her in the months ahead. I know that over the coming months, Dr. Harris will do everything she can to position the district for future success. Look forward to joining the mayor and other education, civic, and business partners and building upon Dr. Harris's success, learning from and correcting past mistakes, and developing a plan for the future. Education and the state of our schools is not just critical to the future of our children, but to the future of Columbus. We as a city and community cannot reach our full potential if our children don't reach theirs. Dr. Harris's departure is an opportunity to reassess and to re-engage, to bring to the table people from all corners of the community, to develop a plan that will address our children's needs and those of our families, neighborhoods, and businesses. We all have stake in the success of our schools, and we all have a responsibility to help them succeed. Having served 6 years on the Columbus Board of Education, I can tell you the challenges the school district, the board, and this city face are steep. But we are Columbus. We have faced many challenges before, and when we come together, we can and have achieved great things. Finding workable solutions will require the full commitment of everyone who engages and the commitment to support shared solutions with time, treasure, and resources. I want to reiterate something very important the mayor mentioned. This is not a city effort or initiative. It is a community effort being led by the city. I know the mayor is committed, and I am as well. We have 50,000 students who are counting on us to ensure that they have a bright future to embrace and shape for themselves, just as this community did for me as a Columbus City School student. We will not let them down. Thank you, Mayor.